Welcome back to BR163 on Farming Simulator 25. It's episode 2 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm carrying on from the end of the last episode. Shall we start again? Shall we start fresh? My name's MrSealyp. I'm a Farming Simulator content creator. Yeah. Wasn't my best idea, wasn't my... I just think the first episode, when you're introducing a new series and you want lots of people to watch it, I think because I had a break and I was trying to explain why there'd been a break, why I hadn't made a Let's Play for, what was it, a couple of weeks I think by that point, and I think I just unloaded, everything just came out in a big blur, you know, didn't go down so well. But anyway, so we'll start again. We'll take this as episode 1A, shall we call it? And we're just going to be doing farming. Now, I have done a couple of things. You'll see I've got 300 litres in my 400 litre liquid fertiliser tank. That contract has completed. I got paid for it, was 9,000. And that was on this field here, 32. I used one full tank at 400 litres. That's all. Went back, filled up again and used 100 litres of that. 500 litres of liquid fertiliser to do all of that. That's awesome. Absolutely fantastic. Very happy with that. We've got this one to do, which I'm going to head over to in a minute, but we've got some jobs we need to do first. I've got 2 harvesting contracts which I've taken on, which are on fields next to each other, using the same equipment which I borrowed, and that's sat here. So we're going to build up a little bit of money. What I've also done, I did manage to take out a fence section. However, when I took out the fence section here, it took the post out and it left the barbed wire hanging on its, or the post, should I say, the bars hanging on their own. So what I then did was just put a little bit in here, just so it wasn't loose. I couldn't find an individual, I mean there probably are individual posts, I just say I didn't have one installed, let's just say that. That just means I can come inside the field up here. I'm going to put sugarcane in this field. We're on a South American map. I haven't done sugarcane in I can't remember how long. Probably what I'm going to do is we're going to use whatever money we make on the contracts to buy the sugarcane we need to plant, and we're going to lease a sugarcane planter, and then what we'll do is when we get around to it, we'll lease a sugarcane harvester. That's all what we're going to do. But what I'm going to do is top this off. I'm going to grab the front loader and we're going to head down to the store, because I said about getting a front tank for this, and I've got some options for this that I've been looking at. This is frustrating me. I don't know what to do about that. Whether to put in a little water pipe next to it maybe, or maybe this side of the wall, so that we got a water thing and we have a water. That might not be a bad idea. So that at least it kind of fits, you know. We're going to take that back and we're going to go for something else. So let me just show you in here. Under front loaders, the KSL 630, I think that's right. Combinations, Farmall C series. We got a small Farmall. That's what we got. It'd probably be about right to use that. 7,500. So what we've got to do is sell the one we've got before we can potentially buy that. I don't know what it's going to be worth at the store. We'll see. As far as spraying units, now I don't know. I said this before, and you know it's difficult when you get going not to fall in the habit. Now we've got that front tank which I used on Riverbend Springs. Nothing wrong with that. 1,500 litres. We have got this which I used on Sunshine Forest, which is brilliant. 2,700 litres, and then I can attach that on the back of that combined. It's trailed, makes stuff a little bit easier, but I've kind of used that already, so I don't know. It's that thing of what do you do? That's 4,950. That's 5 grand. I did have a look at, what was I looking at? Oh yeah, there was another one actually available, and it was a round black barrel thing. It was the one, if I recall, you had to attach it underneath and then move it around. I don't know. Anyway, that was 880 litres for 5 grand. So I've got the option of 1,500 litres for 5 grand. That one, which is 2,700 litres, I'm not so sure. I might, you know what, just for the sake of doing something different, I might do that. I think. We're going to need one. There's not actually that many knocking about. Not as many as I thought there would be anyway. No plate. We'll buy that for 5 grand. Yeah, do that, and we'll go and pick that up. So I've used some of our profits already to buy a new bit of kit. That's fine. What I might have to do is whiz back to Well, when I top that off next, we'll bring the tank back. I suppose we could buy some, but we've already got some being produced. That would seem a bit of a pointless exercise. So what we're going to do is just put this on the front, take this down to the store, pick up our new tank, and I'll go down and get that field sprayed. Then I'm going to get that harvesting done, and then I'll need to look at, because I'm pretty sure, again, if we come back into here and we come down to our sugar canery, I'm not just going to do sugarcane, but I'm just curious to, you know, to do some sugarcane. How have I missed it all? Oh, there it is. So sugarcane planters. I've installed that one. That's a Hispano one. So put that one there. 1 metre, 4,990 litres. That's 9,440 litres for 85 grand. Or the older school, the TT driveless, not the Gessner. 61,000. I'm not going to buy it, but for leasing, 2-row billet, 2 metre. That's, I'm sure that said 1.6. When we looked, I don't know then. Oh, I might go for that. No bells or whistles really. How much is that to lease? 4,335. So I'm going to need to release a couple of the other contracts to get a bit of money so we can do that and we can get planting. But that is not a direct drill. And so this is where we come into crops like sugarcane when you're doing precision farming, because cultivating is frowned upon. It drops your environmental score. If you're chasing the environmental score, if you're not, it's not a problem. It really isn't a problem. We have got that cultivator at the back. We've got that front one here. I say front one. I mean, it's the front cultivator, isn't it? Well, that's the nosh, though, isn't it? That's a roller. Hang on, is that a mulch? That could be a mulcher. The nosh. I said when we looked around, I said cultivators. I thought that was the what's the one that begins with G? Probably doesn't. It probably doesn't even begin with a G. Why do we have one goat here every single time there's a goat knocking about? Got one clear off you. Yeah, we'll use that. I'm going to need to cultivate that field to put the sugarcane in. So I say it's not the done thing, but it is what it is. So what we'll do is just back onto here. I am going to need to invest in some more concentrate. And thank you to everyone who's been reaching out. Fertilizer, top that off. Everyone's been reaching out about South American vehicles and equipment. They've been looking for stuff in the mod hub and suggesting vehicles. There's tons of stuff by Agro, Tonho, JDModding, SleutjesModding. There's a lot of guys that do South American style stuff, you know. A lot of people have said to me, have already said to me, use the pickup and the water tank to go down to the water. There's no point in taking the tractor, that's got more room. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I honestly don't know why I hooked that up. I just did. Actually, when we go down to the store, I might take that and we'll take the number plate off that. So right, let's go down and get these bits that we need. I'll get that spraying done. And then what I'm hoping to do before the end of this episode, or at the end of this episode, or towards the end of this episode, we'll at least get some of that harvesting done. I mean, it's big equipment. Again, it's that thing of, I didn't realise, I say every single time, I do a Let's Play where there's no contracting available. I forget how much I enjoy doing contract work, and I know it's one of those Marmite things, isn't it? People are either completely accepting of the fact, well, yeah, contracts and contracting is part and parcel of the game. It's there to do. All the various different contracts are available. And some people are very anti it. The people that like to have that kind of that constant struggle of a start from scratch and you've got to grind your way up, you know. But the contracts are there, so why am I not going to? And I could have used my own equipment, yeah. But like I said in the, did I say it at the start? Did I say it at the end of the last episode? Can't remember. I have filmed the start of this twice already now. I might have just, I can't remember what bit I said it on. Anyway, a lot of people have messaged to say there are a few issues with this. In that, and it's that thing of probably another one of the reasons why I held off at least a week or so, a week or two before starting on here was I think when I did the map tour I said it might get an update. There were a couple of bits here and there, and I thought, you know, maybe an update will come, and it hasn't. And a few people have said because I know, and I did say in the last episode that it's a South American climate. And I said very much like Australia, like in the winter they have very hot weather, whereas we have cold weather. That's the situation. So of course we're going to be harvesting in January, February, March, that kind of stuff, because that's when it's hot. It's colder than when we would normally have our summer. I did say that. I had a few people commenting telling me that, but I thought I'd already said it. But anyway, But some people have said that that's not actually matching up with the pricing. So I don't know. We'll just go with it. We'll do what we can do. Now, I'm not sure where the offload point is for this. There's our equipment and machinery. We've got that lorry. We've got that harvester. And we'll just crack on and get it done. At the end of the day, why not? Well, there's our new tank, which I can put on the front. I can lift the front loader up and put it on the front, underneath the front loader. I'm not sure where I'm supposed to drop all this stuff off. A quick chat with the staff helped immensely. I think, again, I'm sure it was, because I think I said when we did the map tour, what was very cool was the fact that you had staff here that were ready to assist. I think that's right. And then it's along here, isn't it? I thought it was here. Oh, there we go. Repaint, repair, but not return? Really? That can't be right. It was me, I was in the wrong bay. I need to be on the next bay over, bay 11. So what are they offering for this? Doesn't need repair. 8,711. That's cool, because the other one was it 7.5? So I'm not going to lose money on it. Right, let's sell that. Yeah, I need to be on this bay, not that bay. So what we need to do now, pop into the store. I will negotiate the purchase of our little case one, which will fit this a lot better, I think. And then we'll pick that up and this up, and we will be good to go. I will see you momentarily. I'll show you me doing a little bit of the spraying, and then, like I say, we'll get a little bit of this done, and that'll be a case of once we've got the money from one of these harvest contracts, or both of them, depends how we're looking. Then we will sort out leasing the sugarcane harvester, and we'll get some sugarcane pallets. I don't know whether or not. I don't have a flatbed. We'll see. We'll see. Where do I need to be for this? Where's the shop? Over here, isn't it? Is it over here? Yeah. Good morning, sir. So, from here, actually, I think I might go this way. I was going to go down the main highway, but we won't. I can either go down this one, then cut across, or down the next one and cut across. And the harvesting contracts we got are out that way, over there, so we'll get out to those. Sugarcane's only, was it 380 for 2,000 litres? Was it? Yeah, it's 2,000 litre boxes. But I always recall sugarcane takes a lot to plant. That's quite a big field. I've still got an oat field to harvest as well. Oh, I do need to lime it though, don't I? I don't have a... Mind you, I'm trying to think. Maybe the first time around we don't lime it. Mind you, the yield won't be great. We have got the quarries over there. We'll have to look at some point. I think we'll make our own... Because we've got a quarry, why not? We've got access to stone. Fairly easy access to stone, I guess. Maybe we'll have a look and see if we've got there's a small lime production knocking around that we can have chugging away, producing our lime for us. That's not a bad idea, considering there's a quarry. We can produce our own stuff. Why not? We definitely need more bigger sugarcane stuff. I know there's some modded things. I know, like Chris S. Riley S. and... Oh, hang on. Is this the field? This might be the field, yeah. Who else? There's a couple of bits of knocking about. There's also some planters that you can put the sugarcane in quicker and easier and that kind of thing. But I think we'll stick to what we know. Probably going to... Yeah, it's easier because there's crops already growing in it. It's easier to put that on. There we go. Let's turn that on like that. Bleep, bloop. And off we go. What an interesting contraption. So when we go back and fill this up after we run out, We'll top up the other one as well. Does mean we can do any weeding we need to. Have I got weeds turned on? I think I've got weeds turned on. So yeah, we're doing it all. Seasons, precision farming, weeds, the lot. We'll see what happens. Some kind of breakdown, I would imagine. I have been advised all different directions by different people of various different things after the last episode. It was that kind of just unloading, you know. Everything that was on my mind came out. Anyway, so I have been advised to go down different routes. Some people just saying, look, you be you. It's you. You talk about what you want to talk about. It's your channel. Do what you like. Why shouldn't you? I've had some people that have said, look, you know what, probably the easiest thing to do is just avoid talking about anything controversial. Don't talk about anything Giants related. Don't talk about anything to do with the game. Don't talk about comments. Just play the game. Okay, yeah. But I tend to just talk about what's going on in the world around me at the moment, you know. And because this is what I do, that's kind of the focus, I guess. I don't know, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Finding that sweet spot. So, I don't know. What in the world? No, that one there, please. Ah, we're wasting precious juice. There we go. So this one is going to take a while. I did think about hiring a worker. We've got a bit of money. I suppose we could hire a worker, and we can get cracking straight on with the next contract. That would make sense, wouldn't it? What do we reckon, people? Should we do that? It's a big field and a fairly small sprayer, but again, we're on episode 2. By the time we get to maybe episode 20, episode 30, maybe we'll have a big old self-propelled sprayer that's doing all this. That'll be cool. It's a rig. I done goofed and didn't follow my own instructions, my own rules that I set out in the last episode. I can't believe it. I was going along, I suppose because I'd already set it. So, new note, pay attention. If you're going to be doing this and you're going to be doing contract work, if you save your game, come out and come back again, double check your sprayer again. Because I was thinking, I've only done I've done all around the outside, and this is my third strip or second strip up, as well as the outside perimeter. I'm thinking, I've used so much fertiliser. I don't understand it. Why? I'm doing a contract. I set it on 12. I looked over to the left hand side, and my application rate was on 89 or 87, and I was like, what? So yeah, I don't know what had happened, but it had reset itself. It wasn't doing an auto application as such. It seemed to be sitting around 87. That could just be down to the soil type. But so I had to stop. And of course, because I've got so much stuff attached, the front tank, the front load, all the rest of it, I had to detach a couple of bits to get the option to deactivate automatic application rate and then drop down my application rate to 12 litres per hectare. So I'm still completing the contract, I'm still doing what they're asking me to, but I'm not using as much liquid fertiliser. I can't believe it. And isn't it funny how your brain already, you know, I'm going up and down, I'm thinking, I did that entire field with 500. I've barely started on this and I'd already used 200 litres. I'm thinking, something's not right. And as I look up, you know, that moment you think, you absolute melt. Anyway, it's sorted now, so I should get a bit more of the field done before I have to go and refill. When I go and refill, I'm going to drop off the front loader and we will refill the front tank at the same time. Whether or not we get a load more fertilising contracts become available, or actually I suppose we can. How are we looking at the moment? Yeah, there's another one there for 9 grand. They're worth doing. Harvesting, hoeing. I'll tell you what I am going to need to do. Spraying, that's herbicide, so we can pick up herbicide in contracts. Stone picking, weeding. I mean, sorry, that's liquid fertilising, isn't it? Oh no, that's weeds. That's weeding with a hoe though, isn't it? Yeah. So we can pick up, that's not a bad one, is it? 7,688, lease cost 519. Oh, when it's a versatile, fancy gear, like it. What I'm hoping for, and I haven't actually looked and probably should have done, actually let's go and do that now, is we need a grass field. Are there any grassy bits? There probably are, aren't there? That's a big old grass field, but that's a bit expensive. So's that. About 31. Is that all grass? How much is that? Okay, we don't have that kind of money yet. I just read because my goats. I'm going to need some for my goats. Have I got any grass area around where I am? I don't suppose I have, really. That comes with a little bit on there. What's that? But we are going to need some grass. Definitely going to need some grass. So whether I get a small field and plant grass, or whether I find a grass area and purchase it. Yeah, whichever way around we end up doing that. So anyway, let's go. Sorry, just thought I'd interject because we all make mistakes. Just to show you, I do too. Look, and we're making mistakes. I've just topped off the small tank. So what I'm going to do now is we'll just drop this one here. Let's go to that. Do that. That. Oh, I've just remembered something. All these things are coming back to me. When we complete on this next contract, I'm going to go back to where we went with our pickup. Why is that not? Okay, what's going on here? Why can't I adjust the front of the wheel, the loader? Why can't I move that? What's going on? Huh? Okay, something's gone wrong here. Let's lower that. Take that off. Something to do with that is causing that not to work. There must be an option. Oh, hang on. Doesn't this have the option, the sprayer? You can manually adjust the booms. That could be what it is. It's competing sets of information. Anyway, yeah, so what we'll do is where we initially picked up with our pickup when we arrived in episode 0.5, or whatever we're going to refer to it as, we need to get some more concentrate. So what we'll do is once we get paid for the next contract, we'll go on the way through there or back or whatever, we'll get some more concentrate. I'll probably go down the pickup again, get some more. But what we need to do is fill this up so we've got plenty for finishing up the contract. But anyway, what I was going to say was, when I did my hull in the last episode, I was like, hang on a minute, this is a bit weird. And I don't think, did I notice when I did the map tour, I can't remember if I did or not. Look, bottom right, it's showing 2, but it's only showing 1. Loads of people mentioned and said, there's a problem. There is a grain silo over the top of a grain silo. A hidden grain silo, if you will, which you can remove. So, what's my rule? What's the first rule? Well, there's lots of first rules. If you know what that's from, put it in the comments. What's the first rule? Always have a natty Land Rover. Anyway, no. Save the game. Save your game first before making any major changes, because if I save the game, try and sell this, and it sells it and there's nothing there, I'm in trouble. If it sells an overlay, we will technically have money we shouldn't have. So what I'll probably do is we'll dispense that. We'll send it off to the company. The company can have it. Yeah, bear with me while I save the game. So we're about to test the hidden silo theory. Let's do that. Click on that. Oh, I've got soybean in it, haven't I? No. Okay, right. So before I do that, then I've got to remove the soybean, then sell it. Bear with me a second. Let me just grab my trailer because we had enough in that, didn't we? I'll grab this. We'll unload it. We only just about squeaked through. I might need to change the tyres on that. There's a narrower set, maybe. I don't know if there's narrows on this. There's another set of these again by Connect Modding. I can't remember who this was by. It'll be in the description. I've been trying to add stuff into the description. Was it ML Studio? Stara in it? Or it might have been Agro Tonho. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But it's... There's some Valtras as well. Oh, there's a whole load of stuff. There's a whole load of tractors. It's got a proper old throaty farm. I don't know whether or not to do those contracts on camera, or whether we need to, by the end of this episode, just get onto the cultivating and let's get some sugar cane in the ground, and then I can do those contracts off camera. So I'm just thinking I'm going to run out of time. There's all these things I'd forgotten about and I wasn't intending doing. 20,028 litres we had, didn't we? There we go. Come on now. Come on now, there we go. Right, so now that's out, I'll save it again. Let's try this again. Okay. It was. There was. It was. It had a. It was a thing. Now it's only showing one. Awesome. Thank you so much to everyone who commented. I guess it was kind of. I just. My brain sort of went, well, hang on, maybe that's a silo and that's a silo. But then when I checked, that was putting in, that was taken out. It didn't make any sense. And you know what? My brain didn't go to the whole, oh, well, obviously, there's a second one overlaid on top of the first one. That didn't cross my mind at all. So that 40 grand, don't worry, that I'm not going to, there's nothing nefarious going on with this. I suppose technically, if we said we took down our old silo and all the scrap, we got paid 40,000, I could go down that route, but I'm not going to. We'll carry on from where we were. That 40 grand will disappear, don't you worry. So, it depends again. I will say this again, because people will ask, how did you do it, what are you doing, how you know, there's different ways of doing it. If you're playing and you want to reduce your money for whatever reason, if you want to add stuff in, there are two different sets of signs. There's the SleutjesModding one, and then there's the other set that I've been using more recently. Can't remember who it's by. I'll try and remember. It should be in the well, I say it should be in the description. I bet it's not. And you can put up signs to generate money. And obviously there's solar panels, there's wind turbines, there's all sorts of ways you can generate income. If you want to remove it, you can lease and return equipment. So if you lease a piece of equipment and return it, the lease cost you've lost immediately. That's a good way of doing it. If you want to remove a lot of money in one go, find expensive stuff to lease and return. Cotton harvesters are a good one because they're quite expensive. Anything expensive, lease and return, you can bring your money down. Or you can play your game in multiplayer and have two farms set up. One can be your bank, or your company, or your government, or whatever you want it to be, and one farm can be your farm, and then you can transfer money between the two if you need to. So right now I'm just going to transfer it out to the second farm, which is the company, Wayland Yutani. So that'll go. That's not a problem at all. If I wanted to do a storyline where the company was going to pay me for doing something, then I can move money back in again. So there's all different ways around of doing it, but I just thought I'd explain that because I know a couple of people asked me in the last episode. And again, full transparency. I don't want to, you know, look, there we go. So I've got home farm, Wayland Yutani, and then all I'll do is, I can do it now. Look, I'll show you. Go like that. Go to there. Nope. Transfer money to farm. 10, 20. Oh, hang on. We got, what's going on there? 22. There we go. Right. So 10, 20, 30, 40. Transfer. Boom. Money's gone. Come back to there. Come back out. Our money's back. 40,000 transferred. And that's it. Now we haven't gained anything from selling that extra silo, but it does mean it's gone. So we haven't got a double thing overlapping. I'll put these back in. I'm going to fill up that spray, and let's get that done. And then, like I said, I'm trying to decide maybe we'll get the sugarcane going. Oh no, I suppose what we do need to check. I just suddenly thought, no, that's I've got to be careful here, haven't I? Of course I can't. I can't, can I? No, because we're not in planting window for sugarcane. I can't put it in the ground, so that's not going to work, is it? I've got to wait till oh dear, we'll get to harvest season before we get to planting season, so I can't do that. Yeah, we're in that weird, we can do grass. I suppose I could, couldn't I? Because that'll only take a couple of months to grow, won't it? So potentially if we grass our fields and then do some grass work, if we make grass and hay, or make grass, we grow grass and make hay and then store it, we can keep feeding our goats. So maybe almost like a cover crop in essence. That's probably not a bad idea. I think we might grass it. We could do canola now. But then we've got to go a whole year before we can harvest that. I don't know. We'll have a fiddle around. I suddenly thought I forgot I've got seasons on, haven't I? I can't just do what I want when I want. There we go. Let's put that back in and off we go. It's only me back again. As I come back to the field to carry on with this brand, I know I said I'd see you later on. I think I know I used it on Sunshine Forest. I may go with the trailer. The trailer with the wheels, then that goes on the back of the trailer. Have it all on the back here, on wheels. This is very heavy. Not very heavy. Well, again, it's that thing of it's scales, isn't it? It's not very heavy on a Fendt 1050. It's very heavy on a small case. So as I was driving down the road to get here, I stopped for traffic and the back wheels just started to lift off the ground a little bit. So there's not enough weight here to compensate for the amount of weight here on the front 3-point, and it's probably shouldn't be carrying that much weight over the front. So I'm thinking, much as it's, I'm going to have to. I think I'm going to have to go for the wheeled version that I've used before. But again, those are the things you kind of work out. You know, with the best will in the world, yes, well, let's try something different. But if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Can't do a lot about it, can you? So anyway, just sort of explain that, because if next time you see me I've got that, that'll be the reason why. And I'll crack on again. The field is complete. We used about 1,100 litres. Back to the store, because I'm going to swap this out. Not 1,100 litres, because we did 400 litres of the small tank first of all, didn't we? So 1,500 litres. So 1,500 on that big field. I'll take that. That's absolutely fantastic. So what we're going to do is, firstly, if it'll let me unload it here, I don't know if it will. It will. Excellent stuff. We'll do that, that and that. We'll swing up past the, well actually we'll see if we get for the contract. I suppose what I should do as well is, should we complete on that next? Let's go to there. Completed. Huh? Oh, it was a, oh yeah, that's more than I thought it was going to be. I suppose it was a big field. Oh, yeah, we'll take that. That's a surprise. I was thinking it was going to be like 15, 16 grand. I forgot it was that much. Collect. Yes, please. Shall we go back and have a look here? Got a couple of baling contracts going on. I suppose we can pick up another fertilising one while we've got it as an option. What's that one? Just trying to pick up ones that are paying out really well. I could do that one. I do like the look of, and that'll pay us what, 7-1. Stone picking if we borrow the gear, 7-9. Yeah, again, similar sort of money I suppose. Oh, that's interesting. Remove stones from the field and it's giving you a lorry as well, so you have to unload, I suppose, because there should be more stones than what that will carry. Don't know what to do here. But if I stick with what I'm doing on my fertilising, it's not too big a field and shouldn't take too long, and it pays out pretty well. You know what, I reckon we'll just do it. We'll accept the contract on that as well. Why not? We've got the gear. So yeah, let's sell this. Like I say, the other one works out. I think it was almost the same money, but it's going to be wheeled on the back. It'll make life a little bit easier. Let's go to here. Well, they're swapping around their staff here for working, aren't they? Pretty quick, pretty sharpish. We're not in the point. Try this again. There we go. So, what do we pay for that? 5. So 4, 3, 6. We've lost a little bit. I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is, and it's realistically the best option we can do. I know I did have, got to be careful here. Oh, sorry, I didn't disconnect it. When I did the stuff earlier, that fell off the back and fell down the cabin. It fitted perfectly down that hole. Of course it did. You know, it's, you know, actually while we're here, let's go and do it from here. So we'll go to our sprayer rigs. I say not what I was intending, but it will do the thing. I mean, could go for, unless intended to go with the, will they attach this? Those fence, isn't it? 14.5, 2,200 litre tank. Yeah, it's not designed. It won't fit on this, will it? I don't think. No, we'll go with that. We'll go with the. Yeah, we'll do this. Right, let me sort out a couple of bits here. Do I want fenders? It's adding lots of more money on. No, not at the moment. Lights 200. Do I need them? No, because I have the other stuff on the back. So, it does take the weight off the 3-point. We can go back to the farm and fill up. So, do I now just whiz out and should we start getting one of those harvesting contracts done? Or shall I get the grass done? Or shall I finish off doing the grass? I think we might finish off doing the grass. So what we'll do is lower that down there. Disconnect that. I don't know if I've got this listed in the description, but yeah, this will work way better. Way better. Takes all the weight off the front. Takes weight off the back, technically. There we go. And we should be fine now. Perfect. So we'll go to the back first. Cool. Now what I've got to do is double check, because I can't remember, as far as our harvesting goes, we've got 22 and 21. 22's got to go to the grain warehouse, 21's got to go to the grain warehouse, both in the same location. That's cool. There are different crops, so we shouldn't get confused. We've got canola and we've got oat to do. So what we'll do, shall we take the lorry out first and I'll come back for the harvester? Yeah, we'll do that. Why not? Oh, it's electric. Oh yeah. Fancy. We're heading up this way, aren't we? Let's just say yes for the time being. Yes, we're heading this way. It's this one here, is it? And the next one along? I think it might be, you know? Yep, not too far to go. Did I leave the beacons on? I did. Harvester! I've got a brand new combine harvester. Yes! Let's go! Right. Well, this has been recorded in a few chunks. The last couple of days have been absolutely insane. I seem to be saying that a lot lately, and it's true. With all the update 1.1, shall I say fiasco, debacle, whatever you want to call it. What I've been... I guess I'm not surprised, but it is... I don't know, it's not great. I did a couple of videos, did the video on the update, because I didn't know at the time, as I was doing the content update, and I was doing my video, I was doing it as the blog released, and then during that video, as I realised we had a big problem. Then the following morning, I was trying to fix problems and sort things out. I went to bed and thought, you know what, I'll do a video how to fix this. And then by the time the video had been up a while actually, and then Giants then released an emergency update to the update. And then I had people commenting saying, I don't know why you've posted this video, Giants have fixed it. But when the video was posted, they hadn't fixed it. That's why I posted the video. It depends when you watch it, that's obviously the thing. But also, when I was very clear about it. Let's turn that on. Yes, it is reserved for contract. Oh, okay, I was going to say, what? This is the field. What I think I was more worried about, when I did the video and I was talking about the problem and the fact that build mode had gone and it was random mods that was causing the issue, and it did appear to be random. Different people had different mods that were causing the problem. Some people it was Giants mods, some people it was Giants mod packs, some people it was mod packs, some people it was a mod. I found that my PlayStation indoors, the family PlayStation, it was the tractor swathing mod that was causing my problem. I came out to the man cave to do the video, the following morning, going through the process of recording that video, thinking I know already what mod is causing my problem on my mod test map. No, it was a different one. So on my PlayStation Pro, it was a different mod that was causing the problem to the one that was on the standard PlayStation. And I said in the video, you know, look, this happened when the Giants update went live, that all mods had been working. I say all mods, you know, mods had been working fine in harmony with each other. Yes, you get mod conflicts sometimes, but most people had found that whatever mods they were using on their Let's Plays, on their test maps, on their whatever it was they're doing, seemed to have had been all working fine. The update went live and it caused chaos. But people in the comments were absolutely hammering modders, and then I got a message, someone saying people are going onto modders' social medias, different modders, off the back of the video I made, off the back of comments people made, off the back of problems they found with whichever mod it was that caused their problem, berating and having a go at the modder for the problem. It had nothing to do with the modders. It wasn't the modders. It was update 1.1 or 1.11 that had caused the problem, not the modders. It was quite, I don't know, scary, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, so we're back on. Since the emergency update went live, I've had a ton more people message me, which is really concerning as well, saying that yes, build mode is fixed, yes, that's all working. When I did my mod review yesterday, which was a day late, I couldn't use my mod map because it was broken. I had no build mode. When I was doing my mod review, I had one of the vehicles I was getting into, it kept freezing. I couldn't get out of the vehicle, I couldn't move the vehicle, I couldn't do anything with it. I had to keep coming out to the sort of the PlayStation home menu, then coming back in. It kind of tripped it out. And then I had someone message me last night saying since the emergency update they keep losing sound, their sound keeps cutting out. Someone else messaged me to say that they went in to change the colour of one of their vehicles and now everything keeps freezing. I had someone else saying the shop menu's not working, they keep going on stuff and stuff is spinning. You remember way back on FS22 when that first came out, and I couldn't do a mod review for weeks because every time I tried to do a mod review I'd go into the game menu, you'd click on a mod and it would spin waiting to put that mod into the shop menu, then the game would crash. Now they haven't said whether the game's crashed or not, but it's just sitting spinning. Now I had that with the mod the other day on the mod review. It was a swather roller, and every time I clicked on it the little disc thing just sat spinning and it wouldn't show in the menu, and I was panicking then thinking if the game crashes I'm in real trouble. So I don't know, it's one thing after another, isn't it? Let's be honest. Now I came on here today to finish off this episode dreading what might happen, thinking I'm going to get game crashes, freezing. I haven't actually done anything in the shop menu yet. I'm a bit worried about that. We'll see what happens. But anyway, harvest contracts we're cracking on with now. I'm considering what to do next, because I said I might finish off by getting these harvest contracts done and get them delivered and we'll get the payment. Well, 2 harvest contracts and another fertilising contract to do, which I'll do off camera, the fertilising one. Am I going to pick up contracts off camera? Maybe. I might actually do more of them on camera. I'll try and do a wider selection this time. I know I've been aiming for the ones that are earning me the most money at the moment, but that's just because I needed to build up my money. I think we came on to with what would it be, 5 grand? It wasn't a lot of money, was it, we had? But admittedly we did have a load of start equipment. That being said, some of it I'm going to need to change, and it suddenly dawned on me as well, my seeder planter, I still haven't checked to see if that does every. Actually, do I check the menu? Because I can't remember. I'm sure I've checked this before. Let's just turn it off for a second. If we go up to, oh please don't crash, please don't crash. Is it under seeders? There's that. I nearly went for one of those. 14 metre broadcast seeder. Doesn't hold a lot, 850 litres. But if you put a seed tank on the front, that's an awesome bit of kit. Not expensive either. Not a direct drill, of course. I don't think it direct drills. What have we got? We got that, but we've got the Massey Ferguson version. Yes, it is a direct drill. Cool, but it requires 250 horsepower, which we don't have. Yeah, genius. Whoa, easy tiger. Yeah, which we don't have, so we might have a problem. I know. Shut up, Steve. Stop having a go at me. Anyway, Yeah, so we might change a couple of bits. My auger wagon, the wheels are too big to fit through the gap in my silo. Let me get this done. We'll get the... I'll probably see you when we're loading up this. This is a much bigger field than I thought. I mean, I suppose I knew it was a big field, but once you get out here, out on the ground, boots on the ground as it were, you think, you know what? There's all sorts of cool stuff going on here. So what I might look at as well, suddenly remembered, looking across the way, directly ahead of me, slightly to the left, that little plot there had greenhouses on, didn't it? But it was like South American greenhouses. I hadn't really seen that style before. Maybe we could look into purchasing that plot of land. We'll get some contracts done, get a bit of money under our belt, assess what equipment and machinery we've got, is there anything we need to buy. We're going to need a telehandler. I tend to go telehandler rather than wheel loader. I don't mind a wheel loader if you're doing big stuff, big jobs. I mean, you get small wheel loaders, I get it. I prefer a telehandler because the extendable boom. Skid steer loaders have their place, absolutely. When you're first starting out, if you need to be shifting pallets around, loading stuff up, that's absolutely fine. Now, I said I was going to, by the end of this episode, start on planting our grass. I can't remember if in our little shed we've got any seed and fertiliser, because I'm mixing up map tours as well. I'm thinking, oh yeah, we've definitely got seed and fertiliser, but I can't. I'll have to whiz over and have a look. If we have, it's not a problem. But we've got an oat field of our own to harvest. And what came out the other day? What became available? The AGI seed tree auger is now available. So I'm thinking if we harvest our oats, then lease the seed tree auger, make our own seed, because again, why wouldn't you? Might do that. Yeah, maybe that'll be the next episode. Maybe next episode we'll get the oats harvested, we'll do our own seed, then we can plant our grass, because we can do grass anytime, can't we? And I'm doing the grass in a field because other crops, I was going to do sugarcane, but I'm not in the planting window for sugarcane. But we need some grass, hay, whatever it might be. I could go and buy bales, I know I can. Someone put that in the comments on the first episode when I was talking about the animals. Yeah, I can go and buy bales, of course I can. But I think what we'll do is plant our own. But we need seed to do that. I could buy seed if I'm doing contract. Why don't I just pick up a lucrative contract and buy some? Yeah, I could do that as well. There's all different ways around, and I'll say every single Let's Play, you play the game where you want to play it. You can try different things, do different things. I could come on and I could use a government subsidy sign and say I have been given a government subsidy of $10 million, pounds, euros, whatever it might be. Actually, we're still on pounds. I've just realised. And then I can buy everything and I don't have to do any work at all, because I can go to a silo and buy wheat and I can buy barley and I can buy. But then where's the farming aspect of it? I enjoy equipment and machinery, I enjoy all of this, I enjoy doing things like this. We nearly, the next one we will be able to, we nearly got all the way around on one tank. So we're we're so close, and then the next one, because it'll be a smaller, because we're in a little bit, we should get around in one. Let's, I suppose it would have been easier just to bring the harvester over. This, I remember this was electric, wasn't it? Now remember, this is all borrowed equipment. I've been quite surprised actually at how little it's costing to use equipment. Fertilising jobs I can do, that's not a problem at all, but some of them I was looking at the contracts and turn the engine off now. It's not charging anywhere near as much as I thought it was going to. They were coming this, like I say, this was what, 1,299 to lease this gear as part of the contract. If I used my harvester, it would have taken 4 times as long. So you know what? Why not? $20,000 litres? Yes, please. Then that field next door is the next one we've got to do as well. So we get both those contracts done. A couple of nice payouts. I'll have a look and see what else is available, but I need to look to doing my oat harvest definitely. Oh, lime, that was the other thing. We need to go to the quarry at some point maybe, see what the stone situation is, because I need well, I don't need to again. I can buy lime if I want to, but I need lime for liming my fields. Have I got a spreader? That's a good point. I can't remember. We'll have to have a look. This is it. I like all this bit. This is that bit, you know, when you're starting out on a new farm, even if, like we have done, we've started with some equipment and machinery, it's working through that list of gear that you need. If I'm going to be doing this, what do I need? What gear do I need? Of the stuff I've got, is it appropriate? Do I need something bigger, smaller? Do I need to change some of the stuff with regard to its configurations? You know, that problem-solving aspect of it all. Okay, so our second unload and the contract, well, the field is finished. Field 22 is done. This is the last of the crop on it. We're at 91% of the contract complete and 53% delivered, I think it was. So we might have a little bit left over. I've got to keep my finger hovering over the trigger. So if we have got any left over, we'll keep hold of it, because I'm going to take that up to the farm and we can use that for making seed. So what we'll do is, we'll finish here. I have started on field 21, as you can see, 14% into that. That's canola. But what we'll do, we'll head up to the farm if we've got anything left over. Let's start unloading. Keep my finger over it. So that says contract complete. I'm stopping this immediately. Oh, are we gonna have anything left? We might not actually. 88, 99. Boom. I'll take that. 8,393 litres of oat left over. It's not a huge amount, but we're contract complete, which is great. I can't complete the contract yet or collect on it, because obviously we'll lose this equipment and machinery, which I don't want to do, because we're using this equipment and machinery for the other harvest. So what I'm going to do, take this up, put it into our silo, and while I'm up there, I honestly can't remember. I could have just jumped while I was doing some of this off camera. I could have just jumped over to the farm and had a look, but since we're heading over there anyway, we'll have a look and see what's available, and then I think, yeah, we'll look at producing our own seed before we do our own planting of grass, because we can use our own seed, unless of course we've got a load there. But also I don't know what to do about, maybe I will get that broadcast seeder, but that will involve cultivating, which again I don't mind doing. We haven't got enough horsepower for that seeder unless it works. I don't think that Stara we've got has got enough oomph. It's the 150, but I don't know if I went for the 150 horsepower option. Anyway, I'll see you over at the farm in a minute. Let's see how we stand, where we stand, and then I'll get these other contracts done off camera. Am I going to blitz other things? Maybe, you know. You know me, when contracts are involved, I'm back on that again. But it's cool. There's so much to do on this map as well. So even if it's not you know, like contract work and that, there's all sorts of things we're going to be trying out and having a go at. What are you doing? Come on now. What? That's how accidents happen. You don't just stop for no reason. I think I might look at some point. I know there's tons of lorries and stuff available, like South American lorries and trucks and stuff. Maybe an agro truck, something a bit more agricultural than this, because this is... I love the tracks, the fact they're bumpy and uneven, but this is going to get rattled to death. I mean, not that this is mine, but you know what I mean. Let's unload that. Job done. Let's have a look, because I can't remember. Oh, I was going to buy some concentrate, wasn't I? I forgot. We'll have to go down to the main... Oh, no, we haven't. What was I thinking of? There was a... There's been quite a few South American maps of late, and I didn't even notice all the holes in the roof. Look at that, the rust and holes. Wow. That's pretty cool. Yeah, there was a shed that had seed in one corner, fertile. For some reason I thought it was this one, so it's not this one. Okay, we are going to need seed then. And like I say, lime, and yeah, we've got a ton of stuff to do. We've got a ton of things we're going to need. Some things we're going to need to swap out. But that will all be moving on next episode and onwards. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm really enjoying it. I like being on a new Let's Play on a new map. It's very cool. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then of course, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.